What's going on, everyone? I'm Alex, and today I'm taking a look at the VKWORLD VK700X. This device is a $60 device, so a very cheap device. Has 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of internal storage, a MediaTek quad-core processor, so not the fastest device out there. And this is also a 3G only device, so don't expect 4G for 60 bucks. Aside from that, this device has a 5-inch screen. It's a 720p screen, so it does look quite good, and it's running Android 5.1. But let's begin and take a look at the device. These days it seems that we get a new Chinese device every single day, and that's probably true. They do get cheaper and somewhat better, however they do have to cut some corners to actually make these devices so affordable. Let's take a closer look at this device. The frame of the device is made out of metal, and the device does look quite good. It doesn't look like a $60 phone. On the bottom of the device we just have the charging port and the microphone. If you look on the front of the device we just see the buttons there, the multitasking button, the home button, the return key. However, they don't light up. On the left hand side of the device we don't have any buttons and we just see the shiny frame. If we look on the top of the device we just see the 3.5mm audio jack, and on the front of the device we just see the speaker there, the 2 megapixel camera that's interpolated to 5 megapixels, the proximity and the light sensors. On the right hand side of the device we just have the volume buttons and the power button. They're also made of metal and they do look quite good. The buttons are also quite clicky and they do have a nice feel to them. The back of the device doesn't look bad either. On the back we just have the 8 megapixel camera, which is actually a 5 megapixel sensor, the flash of VKWORLD logo right there. And if we look at the bottom on the back we just see the rear speaker, which is quite loud I have to say, and designed by VKWORLD, assembled in China. Even though the screen looks quite good and the viewing angles are good, you're gonna have a hard time seeing this device in bright daylight like now. The reflections on the screen are just too much and it's very difficult to see the phone in some angles. However, if it's not bright outside, it is good and the viewing angles are excellent. This device runs Android 5.1. I'm gonna show you that in the settings app right here. Even though it has Android 5.1, it has their own skin, the VKWORLD skin on top of that. So this skin, it's quite horrible I have to say. The first thing I would do getting this device would be to install Nova Launcher, because this skin is just horrible. It's slow and doesn't really have any features. It's just crap. Looking closer at the settings app, right here we do notice that it has a smart wake up feature. So basically you can just draw a letter on the screen and it will turn on certain things that you pre-program. So that was a C, and it's basically gonna show you the contacts app. Looking at the storage right here we can see how much storage there is left, so about 4 gigs available. However, you can install stuff on the memory card. I have a 4 gig memory card in here, so you can select what you'd like to install your apps. So basically the storage is not an issue since you can do that. Looking at the battery on this device, honestly this device will never ever make it through an entire day with me. I usually don't have my Nexus 6P making it through an entire day, but the 2200 milliamp battery in here, it's just not enough. I mean, you barely get 2 hours of screen time. If you play games, the battery goes so much faster as well. So just keep in mind that you'll need to charge this phone over and over. I will quickly show you what languages are available on this device. So there are quite a few available, so it will most likely be enough for most people that would buy this device. The Antutu score is pretty normal for this type of a processor, it's about 20,000. If I scroll down you can see individual parts of the device, how they scored. If we go into rankings here, you're gonna see that it's gonna be all the way at the bottom here. So we have quite a few devices that are faster than this device. However, let's keep in mind this is a $60 device. If we go into info here, we can see some more information about the device, and I'm just gonna scroll down so you can see what we get. So we see the rear camera there, the total RAM available, and so on. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a fix on the GPS. I waited for 20 minutes. I left the phone here by the window hoping that it would connect the satellites. however it didn't. So at this point I'm gonna say that the GPS does not work on this device and you cannot get a fix on this device on the GPS. The sensor box will show us what available sensors we have in this device. So as you'd expect for a $60 device, we don't have that many. I have the accelerometer right here. It does seem to work okay. The proximity sensor I'll show you when I make a phone call, and the light sensor seems adequate as well. Again, we have to remember this is a $60 device, so the multi-touch, you can only touch the screen in 2 places in the same time and it will register. If you touch the screen more places, it's not gonna register. This could affect some games and some stuff that you do touching the screen in more places in the same time. Unfortunately, this device doesn't have an LED notification light. I was hoping to have one hidden somewhere, however, there is no notification light anywhere. So this is one of the downsides of having a $60 device. The flash on the back of the device is not that powerful, and if the subject is a bit further away, you'll have trouble lighting that subject. This is a 3G device, as you know, and I'm gonna show you how fast the 3G download speed is. I'm currently on Rogers in Canada, so I'm gonna fast forward to the end of the test. As you can see, the device is not that fast, but this has to do a lot to the network, not the device itself. As you can see in the top right corner there, it's connected to 3G or H+ right now. However, these speeds are normal for a 3G connection. The proximity sensor works good, as you can see. When you get close to the device, it turns off the screen. And the rear speaker, it is quite loud, but I will demonstrate that playing a ringtone shortly. If you'd like to use our self-serve menu. Talking about sounds, I'm just gonna play a ringtone right here so you can hear how loud this is. It is extremely loud, so I'm just gonna play this one. However, the speaker does sound a bit distorted if it's at maximum volume and you're listening to some type of music. I can't really play any music due to copyright issues. I will quickly show you how Chrome works on this device. So I'm gonna open the Globe and Mail and I'll open a random article from there, and you can see how fast I can zoom and scroll up and down. So I'm just gonna open this device right here. So I'll leave it like a couple of seconds so the article loads, and now I'm gonna zoom in and zoom out. So it's not too bad, as you can see. This is how scrolling up and down works. So quite surprisingly good, I have to say. I'm also gonna show you how YouTube works on this device. So just so you can see the maximum resolution that you can see with this device. Sometimes with the Chinese device it's a bit difficult to get a full resolution. So this video here, I'm just gonna skip the ad in a couple of seconds. This video is at 1080p. So the maximum resolution we get to this device is 720p, which is the screen resolution. It does seem to go quite smooth and I don't have any issues with YouTube most of the times. However, sometimes it seems to like stop for a second and then buffer again, and that shouldn't be the case on Wi-Fi. Now let's take a look at the camera. So it's a 5 megapixel sensor on the back, which is interpolated to 8 megapixels. Let me just turn off the flash. So I'm going to take a picture of this. It does have a hard time focusing if it's not enough light. And what I don't like about it, doesn't make a clicking noise, and there is no setting to do that either. So taking a look at the pictures here, there is quite a bit of detail in them, and I can say that's a bad picture. I mean, it could be worse and it could be much better as well. If I turn the camera around, I'm just gonna see myself, and I will take a picture of this because the front-facing camera does seem quite good. So if we look at the picture here, you're gonna see a lot of detail in the camera's stickers there. So the front-facing camera does okay. Again, if it's dark, it's not gonna do good at all. The camera app, it's basically like any other MediaTek device. So we have a beauty face mode and a couple of other modes. If we go into settings here, we can just select a couple of things. We can turn the GPS location, however the GPS doesn't really connect, so that's a bit pointless. We can select the white balance, which is on auto right now. And if we go to the camera here, we do have a couple of other options, nothing that entertaining. You can change this to take a picture, so basically you're gonna do this, you're gonna look the phone, and it's gonna take a picture. Now there is a sound to the camera. For video taking, it's not the best, but again, this is a $60 device. And next I'm gonna do a quick video where I'm gonna show you how fast it focuses from one object to another. So aside from the GPS not working and the battery not being the best, this is an alright device. Hopefully the GPS can be fixed in a future update. I'm not sure if this device will ever get updates, but if it does, it would be awesome if the GPS would be fixed. Overall, for 60 bucks, you get a phone that's quite good looking. It doesn't look like a $60 device, as you can see. And the gaming on it, it's alright. It does get a bit hot, unfortunately, but you can't ask for that much for 60 bucks. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.